welcome to Cocinando con los Diwits. Today I'm gonna show you how I make this delicious pork chile colorado. It smells and tastes so delicious. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start. These are the ingredients that we are going to need to make this chile colorado pork. I have here 2.5 pounds of pork shoulder cut in little cubes, like around 2 inches by 2 inches or 1 inch by 1 inch. And you can use any pork meat that you like to make this dish. I'm using pork shoulder today. Okay, the other ingredients are going to be around 10 black peppers, 1 spoon of oregano, 6 cloves, 3 garlic cloves, 10 Guajillo chili pods, these ones, and we're gonna clean them, take out the seeds and the veins. And if you want it to be spicy, we are going to add 5 chiles de árbol. It's gonna be spicy, but not too spicy. But remember that the chiles de árbol are very spicy. So if you don't want it spicy, then just don't add the chiles de árbol. If you want it more spicy, then add more of chiles de árbol. And some oil just in case we need it. But if the meat has enough fat, we're not gonna need it. And some water and a container just to put our chili pods. Okay, let's start with the first step, that is to start cooking the meat. Okay, to cook the meat, I'm just gonna put it in a pot and I'm gonna add the water and I'm gonna season it with salt. Salt to taste as much as you want. And I'm gonna let it simmer. I'm gonna let it cook until the water completely evaporates. I'm putting 2 cups of water. Okay, the meat is cooking with 2 cups of water and I added some salt and we're just gonna let it cook until all the water evaporates. We're gonna come and move it, mix it around, stir it around so it cooks evenly. And while the meat is cooking, let's go and start making the salsa. The first step for the salsa is just to clean the chili pads, remove the seeds and the veins, and the chiles de árbol, we're just gonna leave them like that with the seeds. Okay, I removed all the seeds from the peppers and the veins, and I removed the stem from the chiles de árbol. Now we're just gonna add water and rinse them, and then we're gonna put hot water. Okay, I rinsed the peppers already and I added some water. And I'm gonna warm water and I'm gonna let them soak for around 10 to 20 minutes before I blend them. While we were getting the peppers ready, it's been around 5 minutes that the meat has been here and it's still cooking. And I'm just mixing it, moving it around so the meat cooks even. Still on high heat. While the meat is cooking and the peppers are soaking, I like to blend all my spices first just to make sure that they blend smoothly and before I add the peppers. So let's start blending all the spices. Okay, I added all the spices to the blender and with some water, just enough water to cover the blades so they blend smoothly. And let's start blending. Okay, I'm done blending the spices and just make sure that they're completely blended so you don't have like big pieces of the spices there. And now we're just gonna wait a little bit more before we add the peppers. The meat is still cooking and the water, as you can see, is almost completely evaporated. So with the oils, the fat that came out of the meat, it's gonna start frying and we're gonna start browning the meat before we add the sauce. Okay, while the meat is almost ready because it's starting to fry, we're gonna blend the peppers. It's been around 14 minutes, so they are ready. They're soft, as you can see. So we're just gonna blend them right here with all the spices. Okay, I'm gonna add some of the same water where we had the chiles. Stop it. I'm gonna add some of the same water where we were soaking the peppers, just to be able to blend everything smoothly. Okay, we're gonna start blending the salsa. Just make sure that it's smoothly blended. I forgot to tell you, when I'm blending the salsa, I like to add 1 spoon of chicken bouillon. But if you don't like it too salty, just with the salt is fine that we put on the meat. But I didn't put a lot, so I like to add 1 spoon of chicken bouillon to my salsa. Salsa is ready, it's nicely, smoothly blended. And now we are gonna keep cooking the meat. Okay, the meat is still frying. We didn't need the oil because I think the meat had enough oil that came out. And it's frying in its own oil, fat that came out. And it's browning perfectly, so we don't need to add oil. We're just gonna fry it a little bit more until all the sides are brown. And then we're gonna add the salsa. Okay guys, I just wanted to tell you about the chile colorado, the red salsa, that some people strain it. If you don't like a lot of texture, you can strain your peppers, or if your blender didn't blend it all the way. But I like a little bit of texture in my chile colorado, so I'm just gonna put it like this directly to my meat. Okay guys, the meat is ready, so I'm gonna add the chile colorado right now, and I'm gonna let it fry for a little bit. Okay, the meat is ready for the chile colorado, the salsa, so we're gonna start adding it to the meat. Look at the beautiful color. That's why it's called chile colorado. It means red chile. And it smells super good. I added all the sauce. Now I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna let it simmer for around 20 minutes in slow heat. All this time I had it in high heat, but for this step, to let it simmer, we're gonna put it all the way to low heat. Okay, it's been 20 minutes since we started simmering our pork, and look how delicious. The salsa changed color to a darker red, and it's done. We're gonna turn it off and we're gonna get our plate ready. And our chile colorado pork is ready. It smells so delicious. It tastes so delicious. And while I was cooking the meat, I was cooking the rice and the beans too. And of course, we have to have some handmade tortillas too. They're so delicious. Enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to Cocinando con los DeWitts.